All right, so buckle up, everyone, because this deep dive is going to be a heavy one.
Yeah, we're not exactly dealing with lighthearted stuff today.
Nope, not at all. We're going deep into some serious accusations against Sean Combs.
Diddy, as most people know him.
Right, exactly. Diddy.
And the source material we've got for this one is, well,
It's kind of wild, actually, right?
yeah, I mean, unusual might be putting it lightly.
I'm with you on that.
So we've got this text file, and get this, it's just titled Diddy Accusaciones.txt.
Straight to the point, huh?
No kidding, accusations in Spanish, no less.
And reading it, it feels more like someone's personal notes, you know?
Totally, yeah, like a rough draft or something. Definitely not a polished document.
But that doesn't make the accusations any less serious, right?
Absolutely not. The content is really heavy. We're talking about two men claiming they were abused by Diddy when they were minors.
And this is on top of, what, over 30 lawsuits he's faced already?
Yeah, something like that. A lot of legal trouble over the years.
Makes you wonder, right? Like, is there a pattern here?
It's definitely a question worth considering.
But okay, let's focus on what we've got in front of us in this, let's call it informal document.
Sounds good.
The first accusation is from a man, he's 33 now, saying Diddy abused him back in 2008.
During a TV show casting call.
Right, and he was 17 at the time, just a teenager.
And the details he gives are, well, they're pretty disturbing.
Yeah, he claims Diddy used his power and position to pressure him into sexual acts.
Even involving a bodyguard, according to the accusation.
And get this, the man says when he reported the incident,
He was removed from the competition and basically blacklisted from the music industry for 7 years.
7 years, wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, and it really highlights the power dynamics we're dealing with here, especially when you're talking about someone young and ambitious trying to break into the industry.
You're going up against Diddy, a giant, you know.
Exactly, and that brings us to the second accusation.
Even more disturbing than the first, honestly.
Agreed. This man, he's 29 now, claims Diddy abused him when he was just 10 years old.
10? I mean, come on, just a kid.
A kid with dreams, probably, excited about meeting someone like Diddy.
Yeah, and it all went down during a meeting about a potential music and acting career. Imagine that.
He describes being given a drink that made him feel strange, then waking up in pain and being threatened to keep quiet about it all.
And again, the accusation implies a bodyguard was involved.
It's really chilling stuff, and what gets me is the way this source presents all of this. It's almost casual, you know?
Yeah, it's like they're gossiping with a friend, not describing something so serious.
There's this phrase in the text in Spanish. It says, "Y si entiendes de qué estoy hablando."
Which basically translates to, and you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's so strange given the context.
It's bizarre, and it makes you wonder, right? Does that make the accusations more believable for some people?
Maybe, because it feels like they're getting the inside scoop, the dirt.
Or does it raise doubts because it lacks the formality of an official report, you know?
That's the thing. The tone is so fascinating. It really makes you think about how the way information is presented, even informally, can really shape how we perceive it.
Couldn't agree more. And beyond that, this whole thing sheds light on how vulnerable aspiring artists can be.
Absolutely, especially in a cutthroat industry like music.
The source even mentions Diddy allegedly promising these boys successful music careers if they complied with his requests.
Just imagine the pressure, the weight of that, your dreams being held up as a bargaining chip.
Right, that dangling carrot of success against the fear of speaking out against someone so powerful.
A classic example of how power can be abused, and it's not just limited to the entertainment world.
Sadly not, this happens everywhere, and it speaks to a much larger conversation about how we address these kinds of power imbalances as a society.
We need to protect those who are vulnerable and hold those in power accountable.
Absolutely, and then right at the end, the source throws in this curveball like boom.
This question that almost feels like a challenge to the reader.
They ask, are these accusations true? Or are people just trying to take advantage of Diddy's wealth?
Like they're saying, what do you think? Make up your mind.
Yeah, it's almost like they're daring us to judge.
And that's where critical thinking is so important. It's easy to get swept up in the drama, the gossip, the accusations.
But we need to take a step back, look at things objectively, consider everyone's motivations.
What do the accusers have to gain by coming forward? What does Diddy have to lose if these accusations are proven true?
We're not here to judge. We're here to encourage you, the listener, to really analyze the information and form your own conclusions.
Think for yourself. Don't just take things at face value.
Because at the end of the day, these are serious accusations. And what we've covered in this deep dive is really just scratching the surface.
Yeah, there's a lot more to uncover here, a lot more to think about.
So if this has piqued your interest, I definitely encourage you to dig deeper, look for more information, and form your own opinion based on what you find.
And as you do, think about this. How often do you come across information online, maybe in a casual setting like a text or a social media post, that shapes your view of a situation?
It happens all the time, right?
It does, and that's why it's so important to evaluate that information critically. Think about the source, the tone, the potential biases at play.
Because we're bombarded with information constantly, and not all of it is reliable.
Exactly. Learning to filter that information, to think for ourselves, is a crucial skill in this day and age.
It's how we stay informed and make informed decisions.
Absolutely. So keep that in mind as you continue to explore this case and others like it. Think critically, stay informed, and always question what you see and hear.
Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, everyone, that's it for this deep dive. Stay tuned for more, and until then, stay curious.
And stay skeptical.